Hello everyone. We are live at the Sewing Gallery today. We wanted to do another demo for you with a new product. It is called the Tube Maker. So Jen's going to do the demonstration this morning for you. Of course, it's on our weekly sale deal. So we're going to hop right in to the demo because Doreen was a star last week. And now Jen's going to be a star this week. So we know you seem to like our demos because all of you guys bought this ruler last week. And then we've got a couple patterns to go with this. So we're excited. I got several things to show you. And we've got great deals online today. So we're going to hop right into it. Scott, we're ready to go with Jen.
Good morning, everyone. So if you've ever used a bias tape maker, this will probably look very familiar to you. This is the Jelly Roll Tube Maker, and if you've ever made Jelly Roll rugs or those, then you probably know where we're going with this. So the way it works is for the rugs, you've got your 2.5-inch strip of fabric and batting. Starting them is always the hardest part, but after playing around with it for a couple of days, I've found that a great way to get it going is to just start it with the thinnest safety pin that you can. Unlike other binding strip makers, this one is wide enough because it has to accommodate the batting, so it makes it easier. You're going to need some kind of awl or pokey or something. A seam ripper would work. You start it, you feed it through, and then you can kind of see the safety pin. The safety pin just gives you something to grab onto, so you only spend a minute or so fighting with it instead of 3 or 4, which is pretty common. So as you can see, it folds it up and in. Take our safety pin out, pull it down just a little. We've got to keep it straight. So we've got that. We fold it in half, put it under our presser foot, and then, where's my, there we go. Couple of back stitches just because force of habit. Pull it back a little bit, fold it in half, and then just right down the center. Closer. Pull it back a little more. Make sure it's folded in half neatly. You just keep going. Whoop. Didn't realize this table would shake so much. Slow it down. And you just continue like that down the length of your strip until you've got it all sewn. And then once you get to the end, this is actually a really long strip. I'm not going to do the entire thing. Once you get to the end, you have this nice squishy roll, which you can then use with your zigzag stitch, and you sew them together like that around, just zigzag over the top of it, and as you go out and add more to it, you end up with a Jelly Roll rug. If for some reason you don't want to use the batting in it, you can still use it to make just regular binding tape. It's the exact same. You just leave the batting out, and when you pull your fabric through, instead of doing it on the sewing machine, you just run the iron over the top of it, and it presses it flat, and then you just fold it, and you've got perfectly good binding tape. Easy peasy. I mean, you don't need it, but it makes it so much easier and so much faster. You could spend 4 hours making, like, hand folding everything, or you could use this and spend 10-15 minutes and be done. It's a huge time saver, and it's a fantastic tool to just have, because we've all spent all day working on binding tapes and rolls for rugs, and it can take up the whole day. So it's just really nice to have a quick and easy tool that just saves you so much time. Like, if we had tried to do that by hand, we would have been here all morning. Just folding everything and then sewing, and this just, it takes all the work out of it. And so it really is fantastic. If you remember the the small safety pin tool, though, that'll save you another 10 minutes. Yep.
And we're also working on a luminaire machine. You know, it's harder to, if you have a big box machine, and even if it's a brother, to be able to pull through the big box machines are not designed to do this type of stuff. You got to have something that's got some strength and some power in it. Thank you, Jen, for showing the tube maker this morning.
You are welcome.
Yes, so that's one of our deals. But I wanted to run through a couple things with you this morning. This is the pattern. Jen, you might hold this up so that they can see this. This is the baby quilt. We just wanted to show you. That's the baby quilt. Christy got it done up. It's really nice. And we have one left. It comes with the box. It comes with the book. Once you do it up, I'm sure she's going to give this to the nephew and the wife in this box. But we wanted to show you how pretty this is. It's lovely. And then we have the fabric kit, the embellishment kit to do the Easter Bunny pillow. So Easter's still a month away, basically. So we wanted to show you that this morning, and we wanted to show you something that Christy had done from the new bowl sets. Jim brought me the wrong ones, but that's okay. But these are the seasonal ones. So she did a small one with July the 4th. And there's your fabric. And this is from the embellishment kit. So it's really cute. And so is this. And this is also embroidered on. If you'll look at it, the tag. So that's why it's nice to buy the embellishment kits that goes along with it. But look at this. Wouldn't this be cute to put the fake Easter eggs in and put some surprises in it for somebody, some chocolate or something? And I always say if they're in a home, because at some point we'll all be there, or you'll be with somebody's kids. I don't think my niece and I could take each other full time. But this is really something nice to do. We promoted the rope last week. So I wanted to show you those things. And thanks, Chris, for letting us show your quilt. Thanks, Deb, for letting us show your pillow. And these rope bowls. Fun, fun, fun. We just wanted to show you that. Go right into our weekly deals. Our monthly deals, the 30% off. This is fabric. You can do pictures, make quilts. You can cut this fabric paper down. It's not fabric paper, but it's fabric, and you peel it off. So if you do those designs, let me pull these up. And Joey's here this morning. You'll see her walking around. These are fun to do for little dogs. And they got snaps so you can make it as big as you want. And then we've also got one of the dime items, the mats with the clips that goes with it. And then, like I said before, this is a nice blank that you can make it to put wine in. You can put soda, apple juice or something, or a wedding gift would be nice with this. And then, of course, we love the Kimberbell towels, the blank towels, for you to do whatever embroidery design that you want to do on it and give it to someone. Sometimes it's hard to give away your stuff because your friends don't know how much time you have spent on it. And sometimes it just makes you sad. Or if they don't thank you for the quilts, you never do them another one. So if there's those folks out there watching that got a quilt and you don't sew, but you watch our Facebook Live, if you don't thank us, because it's a lot of money and it's a lot of time.
Carol Kennedy wants to know what kind of batting you use on the strip?
We use the Poly Select. We just grabbed a piece of it. That's what we like to use. But if you're doing that into a rug, we like to use the cotton. Good question, Carol, this morning. I love Carol Kennedy. She and I have been together a long time. Yes. Yes. Yes, heat resistant. You could use that. But Carol Kennedy and I have been together probably 40 years. I used to cut her hair, and she comes in here. Dwayne drops her off, and Carol loves to wander around. And just some good folks in my life through the years of hair cutting and sewing both. Wanted to mention, if you've got a friend that wants to learn to sew, this is the opportunity. This is a very simple design. Takes about 4.5 yards, yard and a half of each. You're going to make a lap quilt. We made the baby quilt because we sell our baby quilts. Betsy had done this. We did it in the grunge. I wanted to do grunge because grunge never goes out of style, and I don't want to have a sample and then we don't have the fabrics if somebody wants to do it in the class. The class is $75. If you've never used your machine, we're going to teach you how to use your machine. We're going to teach you how to wind the bobbin properly. Hopefully we can get through your machine if it's not the awesome Brother machine. You know, Brother rolls and the rest drolls. Now that's just the way it is in my eyes. But this is a great class. It starts this weekend. We're calling it the Beginner 101. A lot of times people will say they're teaching their friends, and this is not a low blow to anyone. But we try to take it a step further. We talk about your machine while you're here. We talk about the rotary cutting, how to do it to not cut your finger, the end of your finger off. We talk about why it's important, the type of thread that you use. We make you buy the fabric here because that's where we make our money, is through the sale of fabric, not so much the class, because in the prep work we have to put the quilt together, so that takes at least 3 to 4 hours. Then we quilt it, and then we bind it. So we have a lot of prep work in it before we come to class. And anybody that knows a good teacher that teaches has a lot of pre-planning before you get to the project itself. And once you're at the project, you know, it's all downhill from there. But in our beginner class, we go the extra mile. There's so much to teach you when you start sewing, and this is a great class. We plan on doing this probably once every other month. We started our program as of this month. So, or come to the class if you want to just come and hang out and sew with us, but you still have to pay the amount. You can't bring 2 people. Some people says, well, can I bring my friend with me? When you go to the movies, you can't bring 2 people for the price of 1, can you? Hello? Hello? This morning. All right. Lots of new stuff. Enjoy. Joy said, that's right, Mom. We wanted to show you, we're planning on doing a Dresden plate in April, so be watching our website. This is the ruler that we've chosen to possibly go with it. We're going to do a wall hanging or maybe a quilt. Betsy and I haven't decided. Hopefully we'll decide by tomorrow. This pattern takes a layer cake, and everyone knows we have tons of layer cakes up front. And then it takes like a yard and 5/8 of fabric. So we wanted to show you that first of all this morning. Then I've got some neat patterns. This is a pattern. I know it's got Halloween, but this ruler goes with it. So you could use your fat quarters up if you've got a collection of fat quarters. We do our groupings of 12 when we do our fat quarter bundles, so that people have an opportunity to use them up. So this ruler goes with this pattern, Doreen. I just wanted to show you. I wouldn't want you not to make this quilt. I think you should make this quilt because you got this ruler. And all you folks that bought this ruler this week needs to buy that pattern. And then we came out with some new patterns. If you have lots of fabric, and I know no one here that's watching this morning or whenever you're watching it has any scrap fabric, correct? So you just have to buy lots of fabric, and I'm just kidding because I know all of you guys has got a whole, I've been told more than once that they have as much fabric in their house as I do in my store, and I'm going, okay. But that's what that pattern's for. This, I think, is for Jelly Roll. I like this yummy pattern. And then we've got Desert Star. That's a cute table topper. You know, you don't necessarily have to use them as table toppers. You can use them as wall hangings if you want to, or different things. When you do a table topper, you could actually add to it and make a quilt. I like the colors in this. It drew me when I was looking for new things to bring to you. And this is another charm book. And we have lots of charms. They're out front now for you to choose from. Or if you already have a bunch of charm packs, this would be the book for you to add to your library in your sewing room. So lots of fun things. And then Jen don't know it, but she's going to be putting these two little bags together. They're two candy treasure box pouch and then the candy box pouch. They're different in size, but why I bought these two patterns, because everybody buys these mini charm packs. At least in my counter, I see people buying them, or people don't even so pick these up and they go, oh, I love those colors. And they go, what can I do with it? Mini charm packs, here's your samples. Or if you're that person that has all that fabric and you've bought yardage instead of the mini packs, these are the two patterns for you. So we brought you quite a few patterns today. The hand embroidery book. I brought these back in. And I'll tell you why, because it is one of the things that we have on sale this week. This is a kit with all the 16 different SKUs of thread. And it also has everything for you to be able to do this. I showed these patterns a couple weeks ago. The kits was supposed to come in, but they didn't. But this also comes with the pattern for you to be able to do it with all the SKUs in it. And what's nice, I want to pull it out so that you can see, you know, once again, whether you're using this or you're doing the needle punch, these are great things if you're stuck at the hospital to do. Isn't that pretty? I love those colors. And then if you flip around, you'll have the visual with you. But that's one of our weekly deals. This is a new weekly deal. Let's see if I can turn this. And this unlocks here. This lifts up here. I'm good this morning. This comes out here. This comes out here. I just wanted to show you how neat it is. It's on sale today. Okay. And I can't pull the bottom one out, but I wanted to show you how nice. That's if you're coming to class or if you're going to sew with friends, you can load it up with pre-wound bobbins. You can put your scissors in there. You can put your thread in there. You can put small pieces of fabric. If you're doing a lot of these, you can do that too. You can put lots of stuff in there to carry to class. We wouldn't want Fabric Calf to not do another book. These are quilts, but you also get table runners, bed runners, and pillows. Now, you say, well, how can I use another one of those books? Well, getting the instructions on pillows and placemats. I don't ever eat at the table because I'm always running around at home, and I eat by myself, so I'm not sitting down at a table usually. But for those of you that have the opportunity to sit down, it sure is, I'm sure, a pleasure to sit and eat. But nice things is coming, so they're adding besides quilts, they're doing different techniques with fabric for you to still continue to buy their awesome books. And their instructions is always really good, I think. Excellent, matter of fact. And then, of course, we told you the tube maker is on sale today. And for Vera, French General, this is new layer cakes. We're coming out with Moore's collection. I think it's on its way. But we wanted to show you this. We put this on sale. I always try to do layer cakes if we get new ones on sale for you to have an opportunity to get a good deal. And I love layer cakes. I don't know what it is. I like to be able to fan through them and just see them, and that's why I like them. And you can turn these into charm packs, which is really nice. Now, Doreen, I wouldn't want you not to have the bigger version of the folded corner. These are the two different sizes, and we put these on sale today, the bigger ones, because for different projects, you might need this. So we wanted to show you that both of these, the difference, but this week, this is on sale. So nice deal. And for those of you that love project bags, this is Lori Holt's project bag. It's a big bag. We've showed you bags. We've sold you bags before for your projects to put in. With the flag, you won't see it. Or if you're doing a red, white, and blue quilt and you've got your pieces cut, this would be excellent to put it in there. So it's really nice to be able to have another project bag in your stash with all your fabric in it. So we wanted to give you some nice things, and I think we've shown you some beautiful things this week. We hope that you'll take advantage of the Jelly Roll Maker, which we plan on 2 classes coming up in April, and that's going to be the Dresden plate and possibly another rug class. And Jen just reminded me, this came in. I went back and ordered it. I got it upside down. Betsy, you didn't have to tell me later. Jen told me today. This is a panel that goes with the bee garden that we introduced to you last week. We hope to have maybe something done up with this panel, but I think it's real pretty. It's just a pretty panel. I almost forgot that. Thank you, Jen. There's always so much to show you on our Facebook Live with new products. And, you know, at the Sewing Gallery, we tried to bring you at least 3 new things each and every week. So if there's a product out there that I don't have, email me, call me, talk to Jen, talk to Betsy on the phone, or come in. We will get it in. But at the Sewing Gallery, we like to feel like we have the edge on what's the newest, whether it's a pattern, whether it's fabric, project bag, but we're ready for you. And this morning we appreciate it. And we hope you'll sign up. Got friends. We still got a few days. And we help you pick out your fabric too. So we include a lot in this beginner class. So if you've got someone that wants to learn to sew, send them in this weekend. And if you'll look on our website, you'll see the supply list that you've got to bring to class. And please take advantage of our great deals while they're on sale this week. And we hope to see you next week. And we thank Jen for doing the presentation, the demo with the Jelly Maker.
Amy Todd wants to know what the name of the hand embroidery book.
Stitching at a Glance. Is this what you're talking about, Miss Todd? This gives you an example of the different stitches that you're able to do. If you purchase something like this and it calls for a stitch, this book will help you. It's good to have. It's another thing to have in your library. Did we answer her question, Scott, as she responded?
No.
Okay.
Several people said great show.
Yes. Okay. You got to see one of the Brother high-end machines in action. We didn't put one up on the table because Jen was using one, and you seen how she went through it really fast because it can withstand the weight and the thickness of the fabric and batting. Just lots to always show you, and we appreciate you watching us. If you have not signed up for our YouTube station and you miss our station, be sure and sign up for our YouTube station. All right, have a good weekend. Thanks for watching us.